and a wuss. And I'm not going to use the N word. I'm not stupid like the rest of my family that does use it. I might use the C word, you know, capitalism, that gets you canceled on this platform. But I'm going to use words like slavery. And I'm going to quote Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius said, and living in a time when owning slaves was part of society, and this relates to how your dream is probably killing your retirement. And I thought the title of the video would be, Your Dream is Killing Your Dreams. It's a little too vague and a little too clickbaity. I wanted you to know what I was talking about, so I'm not wasting your time. But Marcus Aurelius said, slaves don't dream of freedom. They dream of becoming masters. Now, looking at it through our lens of our time period, that seems kind of wrong. But in his era, that was accurate. It starts really young with us in our society right now. And there's been studies that have been done on the successes of different races and coming down to culture as a kid, right? If you go into a school, you can actually determine the level of success of the kids coming out of a school based on a couple of questions that you can ask those kids when they're kids. But the problem is, how do you judge the level of success? Right? We start these dreams really young. We think, and this is where your dreams are coming in, most people, not everybody, but most people's dreams. Working at a company, working in a department, working in a military or law enforcement or anything where you have a chain of command or you have bosses, managers, mid-level, and you think, if I was in charge, here's what I would do. If I was the boss, this is what I would change. Right? We're dreaming of becoming masters instead of dreaming of becoming free. You have to work. You are a modern day slave. Warned you, I was going to use that word a few times. So, if you go into a school and you judge success by how many people go and continue on to get a degree, racking up a bunch of debt and wasting several years where they could have been earning income to put to work so they don't have to, or you judge success by becoming the owner of a company, the next billionaire, the next whatever, even Elon Musk or Bill Gates and their work schedule, is that really what you want? Right? When you wear the shirt that says next billionaire in progress or whatever it is, are you thinking of the billionaire you want to be and the one that has to work 20 hours a day to manage all of their companies? Are you dreaming of becoming a master, or are you dreaming of becoming free? If you go into school and you ask kids, and I'll just say inner city kids, whatever color you can be, there's all colors there. What do you want to be when you grow up? How many times in the city are you going to hear NBA player? In the NFL? If you're further north, which hockey team they're going to be on? They're going to relate success as a kid to sports, right? Or maybe astronaut, and for some reason, marine biologist comes up a lot. Don't know that many that have actually gone that route. But if you go to a more rural setting and you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? They generally relate it to what their parents do. My father is a truck driver. My father is a tree trimmer, which I would never do. Bad example. But my parents, my mom is a nurse. I want to work in the medical field. You judge the level of success by the standards that lead us to having dreams that kill our dreams. If you ask people in a conversation, what do you want to do? What do you fantasize about? A lot of times it's retired on a beach, travel, see new cultures, do the things you want without having to worry about money. But if you actually watch what their dreams are making them do, it's work for the next promotion. Try to become the boss. Try to maybe just do the minimum so they don't get fired, depending on the company that they're at. But our actions speak louder than our words, and a lot of people's dreams are telling them that freedom thing that you want, that you tell people you would like to do, the dreams you're striving for get in the way of that. Let's say you do work at a company and the management is terrible. Let's say you get hired at a CDL school, no offense to the people that worked there before me, but they're all retarded. See, I use words to offend people. And you think, in 3 months, I'll be running this place. And yeah, it took 110 days to be demoted down to president of the company. Do you think I became more free when I became the boss? And I can now say I control the schedule. And let me tell you, some of the worst reasons why I wanted to be the boss is so I control which students I taught, because there were some students I didn't want to be around. That was the main reason. I thought, if I was in charge, I get to control this. My dreams were, if I was the boss, if I was in control of this, my life would be better. My life would be better at work. When you daydream, when you fantasize, when you actually dream, are you thinking of ways you can be better at your job so you can be in charge, so you can improve your life, which is still working? You understand the correlation here? You can't control what you dream about at night, but you can control what you fantasize about. And that fantasy could be the motivation that makes you do the hard things, like driving 15 to 20-year-old cars, not buying a new one, like moving from your house into an apartment and renting out your house so you can get rental income on your tax returns, so you can buy the next investment property when you have a low debt to income ratio or a bad debt to income ratio, like house hacking, living in a duplex when you own a house on a lake. A lot of the things that we have to do, even if you invest in stocks, the sacrifice of saying, I make this much money, that doesn't mean I can spend this much. I'm going to live on less than I make so I can save and invest the difference. And then I'm going to have the discipline to not tap my 401k for a vacation. I'm not going to tap my retirement account because I went through a divorce. I'm going to leave that stuff there and let the actual compound interest do its thing that you meant decades to do when you started investing. These are not easy things to do. And if your goal is to be the boss, if your goal is to be in charge at work, you'll make all the bad decisions. Why house hack when you have confidence in your ability to become the boss? Even the bird is telling me to shut up. When you have the confidence to become the boss, why invest? Your job's there. It's always going to be there. I was thinking that where this kind of came from is I was thinking of making a video of why I chose to retire when I did, right? I was 52. I had been demoted down to the president of a company. I grew up from 6 staff to 60. We had 1 location when I started. We got up to 5 locations. I had control of my schedule. I can go to any location I want, do whatever I want. I could dictate what my own schedule was. Why would you leave that? How many people working at a company right now, is it you, would like to be in charge at your company so you can change things? Maybe control your schedule, change your shift, maybe not have to request a vacation. That desire could be why you're not making the hard choices. Because when I was the president of the company, nobody expected me to retire, not even me. It came down to me having the best day. I solved a problem that was costing our company millions, had a state agency as an aggressor attacking us, and through a few months of working with an attorney and studying NLP a little more to get a little bit better at my communication skills, I converted the agency to a supporter, made the company several $1 million in the culmination of 1 meeting. And in that meeting, I asked the owners, hey, can you stay? Because I had an epiphany. And I had this talk with my friend Daniel in Las Vegas, who has achieved a very prominent position in his field. Once you've achieved your goals, and this is a quote, and I try to give credit when I can to where I hear it, because a lot of my original things is just I heard a couple things and I put them together. But this is from Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey says, I wish and I hope that you receive all of the fame and all of the fortune and all of the riches and all of the goals that you set for yourself. I hope you achieve them all so you can realize they're probably not what's important. And that was a butchered version of what he said. But I hope you get demoted down to the president of your company or get that promotion or special shift that you're looking for so that you can realize at best all you can do is maintain that longer now. I've reached financial freedom and worked for 4 more years because I had the goal of being the boss. I had the goal of enjoying my job. I loved what I did. I loved what I did as an instructor there too. But that wasn't my dream. My dream was scuba diving in as many countries as where there isn't things trying to unalive me all the time. And I'm doing that now. And I have the time to share with people how I got here, how it wasn't easy, how it's not going to be easy for you, how it's going to take probably at least, I say, a decade. Some people want to do it sooner. Maybe your position is better than mine when I started. But it's possible, especially if you start dreaming about the right stuff. Now, this was a short video. I'm trying to keep it short for those people who would never click on a 2-hour video. But if you want your questions answered live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, I do a live stream, not in the rain in the middle of summer. where I answer all of the questions that come in. And they can be about anything finance related: financial freedom, investing, bad parenting advice, horrible dating advice. Have a weekend full of amazing